We're starting here about 25 feet out, working from the inside clean out. We have actually right there is the first outside clean out in front of us where it switches from PVC to cast iron. So I'm going to go ahead and record this section coming back, and then we will move on to the outside and continue. It's going to be the beginning of the line. First clean out to second. Go ahead and break down, move to the outside, and continue inspection. Alright, so we're starting here 140 foot out from the clean out that is closest to the garage here. That puts us about halfway down the driveway. We are sitting right underneath the next clean out, so we ought to see that connection as we pull back. Didn't do a whole lot of preliminary. It was tough to push the camera this far. So we're going to be taking a look together at this recording and seeing if anything else needs to happen. That's that clean out there at the top. It's tough to see with the sewer gases floating through there. That spot right ahead of us is where we're going to pick up and continue the cleaning and inspection. A ton of sewer gas floating through there, indicating that it is open and flowing all the way out to the main. Around this spot is where I originally hit a belly and really some sort of blockage, it seemed, but there's a little bit of the remnants of that pipe scale that was probably slowing the line down. So I'll go through and hit it a couple times with some light water pressure, and that'll get things, that last little bit moving through there. Really, that little bit will be taken care of a lot by the normal flow of the toilets and the laundry dumping through there. We do have another clean out in this line. It's buried. It's about 60 feet, so it'll be right on the edge of the driveway. Located that spot, but there's no exposed clean out, so poke around, see if I can feel it under the ground there, and uncover it. Very long run for a sewer here, but surprisingly so far, I haven't seen not a one root in this line, even though we have all kinds of trees running down along this driveway. I'll mute here a second until we get back to the 60-foot mark and I'll identify that clean out. So right there at 65 feet, right before the turn, there's another clean out. Little chunk of something there. Maybe just some leftover grease buildup or a little chunk of scale there. Actually, let's see. Alright, so you can see how easily those little bits of scale, even with just the water pressure from a garden hose, will keep those things moving. So I'll make another pass or two, and light pressure, just keep everything flowing, but we're ready to move down to that next clean out and continue. Alright, now to the next clean out down the driveway. We originally started from the house. to the outside clean out directly out front of the house. Now we are about midway down the driveway to the next clean out there, 82 feet. 82 feet now from the one we're working at. You see that the next clean out downstream, even further down the driveway, is where we're sitting at. So we'll pull back to where we're working from. I'll give you a shot of exactly where we're at outside here, and we'll see what it looks like. This line has already been jet cleaned and flushed. Originally ran through a belly in maybe the 50 to 60 foot mark. We'll see if that is still there. A little bit of, see, right? A little bit of stuff. Little bits of scale left in the bottom here. Get another good flush on those. Little deeper around the 50 foot mark, but not nearly as bad as it was. Push this hose down here, just run some water from the jet with no nozzle. Get those bits flowing. About 65 or so. just stop that water there for a minute as we come back this last 32 foot. Joint in the line there. That is not the house. That is the house back there. So, started back at the home. Came up this driveway. And here we are. So we're going to continue down the driveway towards the street. Can't really see it with my truck there. Out that direction. There's that bellied spot. Yeah, so this section here, pretty much between 50 and 60, where most of that scale was accumulated. That belly would explain it once the jet knocks it off the side of the pipe. There we go, got all that scale out of there now. And there's our next clean out, right there at about 12 o'clock on the screen. So you can see in those bellies, once you cut that scale out, it just doesn't have the flow like the pipe should properly, which causes that scale to build up in that spot. So now that that's all flushed out of there, that doesn't take the belly away, but it does get the line fully open through the belly. So I'm going to go ahead and end this portion of the survey. We'll move down to the next clean out and continue our cleaning and inspection. Alright, next clean out on the line here. See, we're 113 feet from the clean out alongside of the driveway heading out to the main road. What we're looking at here, it's kind of tough to see because there is probably some scale piled up beyond this spot that'll need to be blown out to get a better shot of what's going on beyond the other clean out. But what we got here is tough to see. There's a little bit of white there that you can see. That's actually the PVC clean out that was added in the driveway. So we're going to come back from here. Did a jet cleaning and flush, but this is another long run, so might need to add a little bit more water to get things going. Some of the stuff that was left behind. Let's see what shape everything's in. So there's a turn that heads towards that clean out that's in the driveway there. You can see on the level counter there that the line doesn't have great fall, but it's really not piling up with bellies kind of like I would expect it to. So it's definitely taking stuff out. Got a little bit there. There we go. Let's pull back. There we go. Let's pull back there. Chop the rest of it because we're so close, and then I'll take a. There we go. So that's the stack. I'll take another nozzle here. Shoot down one more time. Flush that little bits of remaining stuff. We're good to move on to that PVC clean out. Alright, so there we go. There's our nozzle. I'm going to shoot probably just that whole 100 foot down through there to get past that clean out and beyond. Flush that little bit of remaining scale out of there. I mean, we've gotten 90% of the scale and sediment out of the line up to this point with just a couple of passes and keeping everything flowing. So very, very minimal left in there. I'm going to go ahead and shoot this through again. We'll get that little stuff out of there and continue on to the next one. Alright, so 74, 75 feet out here. Look at the angle of the camera. We're actually falling even deeper. I mean, that manhole's got to be 20 foot deep. We're 8 to 10 foot deep here at this last clean out. Again, this is the last clean out in the driveway, the newly added clean out that's actually in the asphalt. The only clean out on the system that I found in the asphalt, aside from the one directly next to the house. So you can see it's holding there in the bottom, but as soon as I go around that bend, all the water drains off. So it is a very large sewer main. It appears to me that it's just kind of sitting right at that T. Section of the line is holding much more water than the rest of it, but again, this is at the end where the county ought to be able to maintain. I'm not sure exactly how they do things in this code. Yeah, kind of bellied and dipped. Cleaned it several times to be sure that, there we go. Sure we got the sediment out of there. Also, something else interesting we saw. Is it right there? Yeah, okay, so there's one. I think there's another one. That is just water forcing into the sewer main from outside, just coming in through a joint. I don't know if that's could be an indication of a spring underground. It's just worked its way into the seam of the line. Thought there was another one, but no, that was the spot. So here we are back at the clean out. There's the bottom of the clean out. A little bit of a belly right there. Again, that line's been cleaned and flushed all the way to the main. There's a manhole on the other side of my truck there by the main road. Again, this is back to the house. This runs every bit of 400 feet, probably a little bit more with this last clean out over to the main. I'm going to go ahead and end survey here.